Heartstopper 2 tried staying close to the books, but many details were left out. And these 10 biggest differences between the books and the show are noteworthy. One of the differences between the books and the show is that Ben had a limited role in the books. Initially, Ben secretly went out with Charlie and treated him terribly, and when they finally separated, Charlie struggled to overcome the same secretive pattern in his new relationship. However, Ben and Charlie became very distanced in season 2, but we discovered that Ben still had feelings for Charlie, which were later revealed to be full of guilt. But the crazy thing is, Ben didn't stop being a bother in the show. He even went ahead to date Imogen and treated her poorly. Interestingly, the relationship fell out, allowing Ben to discover he's been a horrible individual as he later approached Charlie for forgiveness. In his apology, Ben mentioned that he would be going away, and even though he wasn't the best, it's evident that his impact would be missed. And that confirms how Ben has grown to be a significant character in Heartstopper 2. However, Ben had a minor role in the books that didn't extend as much as it did in the show. Ben's significance in the books ended immediately when the secret relationship between himself and Charlie ended. So that means the show only extended Ben's story to add more drama, but in the books, Ben wasn't needed to prove any point. He just faded and didn't make it as far as he did in the show. In one of the scenes of Heartstopper 2, Ben made Charlie pour out his heart as he tried asking Charlie for forgiveness. Before then, Ben was still obsessing over Charlie even though Charlie already moved on. So Ben followed Charlie to Elle's art exhibition and tried to tell him that he never stopped loving Charlie and that he would like to be forgiven. In a shocking response, Charlie gave Ben a piece of his mind and how everything Ben did to hurt him while secretly dating affected him. And Charlie refused to forgive Ben so as not to give him that peace he needed after everything he had done to him. Although Charlie's response was much needed, sadly, it didn't happen in the books. So because Ben is a minor character in the books, he stopped having meaningful encounters with Charlie after they broke off their secret relationship. Instead, the speech given to Ben in the show went to Harry in the books during Tara's birthday party before Harry was refused entrance. Viewers met James in Heartstopper 2 as he's the other known openly gay person in the school and Isaac's love interest. So James became an important character in season 2 as he helped Isaac figure out his asexuality. In the show, James revealed that he'd had a crush on Isaac for a long time, and Isaac also felt an unexplainable connection that he couldn't understand even after they kissed. Interestingly, James's importance in the books is very different, and the character had less space than he did in the show. In the books, James never fell in love with Isaac, which means he didn't help Isaac fully understand himself. The only significant part James played in the books was in the Truth or Dare game, where Charlie refused to kiss him. So the show expanded James's character to help Isaac develop, which is very different from how it was played out in the books. Heartstopper 2 had some memorable moments, especially at the end, and the prom is one of them. Many things came to light at the prom. Charlie and Nick attended the prom as a couple for the first time in public. Also, Darcy told Tara what had been happening with her mom. It was also at the prom that Elle knew she wanted nothing more than to attend the School of Art that she applied to. And one other sweet moment at the prom was a noticeable spark between Imogen and Sahar. However, while all these things are great, they happen differently because there was no prom in the books. After the Paris trip, the characters didn't have prom to look forward to, and most of the things that went down at the prom weren't included in the books. So prom was only added to make Heartstopper feel more like every other teenage show and to be able to bring up some interesting points. So many new things were explored in Heartstopper 2, and Darcy's mom being homophobic is a part of them. Being one of the first to come out at school, Darcy shocked every fan when it was revealed that her confidence wasn't accepted at home and that she was yet to come out to her mom. The show also explored Darcy's sad and rebellious lifestyle with her mom, which led to her leaving home the night before prom after her mother fumed about what she wanted to wear. At the prom, Tara was worried when Darcy was running late, and Tara had to visit her home, and she saw what Darcy's mom was like. However, all of these led to a big confession from Darcy as she finally told Tara she was in love with her. But then, Darcy's family situation didn't happen like that in the books. Although it was revealed that Darcy's family is very complicated, the issue wasn't as detailed in the books as in the show. And in the books, Tara already knew that Darcy's family was very discouraging to Darcy as she told Nick that Darcy's family is horrible. So, unlike the show where Darcy hid the information from her until Tara found out much later, Tara was very informed about it in the books. Another important event in Heartstopper 2 is Elle leaving Higgs for Lambert School of Art for her 6th form, which means there will be a considerable distance between her and Tao, who just became her boyfriend. While Elle's journey is a beautiful development for the show, it didn't happen like that in the books. Elle Elle continues to attend Higgs with the girls, and she didn't try to apply or lean towards any art school. However, this difference between the books and the show made it possible to beautifully explore the romantic tension between Tao and Ella as they become boyfriend and girlfriend. Also, it shows how Tao overcame his insecurity of seeing Ella move on with new friends and being far away from him. But all of these tensions weren't included in the books as well. Tao and Ella also didn't have an awkward date that almost ruined their friendship. So the drama between them in the show before they finally started to date didn't happen, as it was a different case in the books. According to the books, they only realized they were more than friends during the Paris trip at the museum, and none of the scary moments before that happened. Also, viewers got to go on a journey to discover more about Tao's background and why he gets so insecure about his friends leaving him. So it was revealed that Tao's father passed when he was still a kid, which affected him. Although this point helped fans understand why Tao is just how he is, the backstory isn't in the books. Nick struggled in season 2 with his dad, which was revealed for the first time when they all went on the Paris trip and Nick wanted to meet his dad. In the show, Nick met up with his dad after several attempts and even went with Charlie to see him, but then this meeting didn't last long as Nick's dad had to leave after receiving a call, making Nick unhappy. Interestingly, this event turned out differently in the books, as it was even more painful because Nick's dad couldn't show up. So Nick couldn't meet his dad in Paris despite wanting to. Although this is a big difference from what happened in the show, it still retains the same message. Nick's father is so distant from Nick and whatever happens in his life. In Heartstopper 2, we learn even more about Tao and Charlie's friendship as they met as kids. However, Charlie later discovered why everyone got to know about his sexuality before he could come out, and he found the reason was Tao. In the Netflix series, Tao confessed to Charlie that he was the reason Charlie came out without his knowledge, and that's because Tao spoke very loudly about it to Isaac, and the other students got to hear about it till it circulated. Interestingly, Charlie forgave Tao for his mistake, and that was all about it. Crazy enough, the Heartstopper books portrayed the situation differently, as it made what Tao did cause considerable tension and break between the two childhood friends. In the book, another character who's not in the show, Aled, went to Charlie to tell him it was Tao who outed him through his dangerously loud voice, and Charlie was very sad about this, and he couldn't bring himself to forgive Tao. So the book made Charlie so angry that he didn't even want to tell Tao when he started going out with Nick officially. Although they later settled the issue in the books, Tao and Charlie's friendship was affected, and that's a big difference between the show and the books. Nick and Charlie have come a long way, but their relationship progress in the show is very different from how it happened in the books. In the show, Charlie and Nick didn't get the chance to sincerely say "I love you" to each other, as Charlie wanted to send it as a text before the season ended in a cliffhanger. In the books, however, they said "I love you" much earlier, and they've already passed the stage where Heartstopper 2 stopped. What do you think of these 10 biggest differences between Heartstopper 2 and the books? Share your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for watching.